Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Greetings of peace, mercy, and blessings, everyone. To call the times we are living in chaotic is an understatement. As you hear on the news and read online every day, violence, crime, war, hate, aggression, poverty, and natural or man-made disasters are only a few of the things we worry about. It's completely understandable that watching or hearing what is going around us and in this country and around the world triggers fear and anxiety. But we know logically and in our hearts that being consumed or driven by darkness, anger, and hate is a miserable way to live. It takes its toll on relationships and on our own physical and conditional health. So ask yourself, would it help to disconnect from the news more often? There is a line between staying informed and allowing oneself to hear the same information many times a day till it becomes true. Because if the information is based on a lie and deceit, repeated over and over, it is translated into absolute truthfulness. Maybe you can choose to move that line however you wish, to staying informed or staying totally consumed by the lies produced by the media. What else can we do? In other words, what can you and I change? Know that the best change always comes from within. Inward and outward cleansing. Accepting the things we can't change is in itself a purification of one's soul. In the meanwhile, it takes courage to change the things you can, which as a result, we gain wisdom to know the difference. There is little we can control in the larger world around us, and that adds to our stress. But there are some things we can do as a first step. For example, if there is a way you would like to work towards change, maybe you'll want to become active in one or two arenas about which you feel most passionate. Another thing we can always change is how we think or feel, though we might forget that sometimes, because your thoughts become your actions. And we are judged based on our actions, not the thoughts or the feelings. Remember that everything can be taken from you except your attitude. Your attitude in any given circumstances. We would also usually feel better when we spend time pondering and reflecting on God's creation. In nature, for example, sitting in a park or taking a walk, looking closely at trees, flowers, birds, the clouds, mindfully noting the majesty and beauty in what we see, smell, hear, and feel. There is plenty of research that shows how being in nature slows down rapid respiration and alleviates other signs of stress. We can sit in silence, inside or outside. Take deep breaths and focus only on that for 5 or 10 minutes. When we are tense or fearful, our breathing becomes shallow. So just the act of breathing deeply brings a feeling of peace and calm. Be at ease in your body. Be gentle towards your own discomfort and sufferings. Be attentive and grateful for your own joy and well-being. Most importantly, accept and receive others with sympathy and understanding. Finally, do something helpful for someone else. But also don't neglect yourself and your family. Going the extra mile for others. I know some people that are completely consumed doing for others when their families need them the most. Start with yourself. than your immediate family, and expand afterwards to helping others as a family. Research has shown that the person being helped, even in a small way, feels a lift from the compassionate act. More surprisingly, so does the person offering the help. So be at service to humanity, regardless of his receiving kindness. Hopefully, one of these ideas may help you relieve your suffering and anxiety, or just help you be a good citizen of this world. May you have peace in navigating these troubling times. May we work to change that we can and remain hopeful for better tomorrow, for the sake of our children, the generations to come, and for the sake of change. May the peace and blessings of God be with you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.